and NA, drop NA, these we already talked. Deleting of the columns and all. Yeah, apply function is there actually, one kind of majorly used. Yeah. So in this data frame only I will start. I think I should run first. We'll get the data frames. So actually apply is like you want to do some function type of task on any of the data set. Let's see, we have anything. Yeah, this one we have, which is not making any sense. Nice there. So, so saying yeah, data frame is there, and we found like hmm, what should be easy example actually? Yeah. So yeah, I used to say like one some function you are saying having taking year as an input and saying if year is equal to some 2002, you will say return even year, and else it is return odd year. So this is one function we are defining actually. And we what we are going to do is like we will call this function on particular data frames column. So when we call on this year dot apply, and what we are going to want to apply the function. So what it will do, it is actually taking one by one each of the row and applying this and returning you another series actually. Same name right now, but you can actually store this into the same data frame, but saying, yeah, year stats or year name kind of. So in this way it works. It is like you wanted to apply some function on data frame, you will easily able to apply these types of function. Here, remember we can actually write lambda function and all also. You can directly write lambda function here also. So I give that task to you guys. You can try instead of doing directly writing this, you can directly write lambda function here. So this is one of the way to apply function on data frames, and it will directly do the job for you. So almost I think major of the pandas task is completed from my end, and but yeah.
Uh, Pandas is over.
Yeah, majorly over. There is one more I just wanted to talk. The pivot thing. Yeah, later on, maybe you guys not able to find. So this data frame just now we have on. Hmm, The challenge actually is like, yeah, I need to get proper type of data to visualize the result properly. Yeah. So pivoting you might be knowing, right? In Excel we used to do. So pivot is there. Pivot table is also there. Suppose you want to do pivot on index equals to year values, you will take cities. Yeah. This actually works well on when you have long format data and you want to do on wide format, then it will make sense. But in this case, it will not make much sense. But yeah, still we are trying to give an example how this works. I think yeah, when you don't have the proper way, the format index content duplicate cannot reshape. So these things as issues will come actually. So indexes should be non-duplicate. Yeah. So for time being, let's create here uh, to be a list but non-duplicate. So yeah, for I in range 4 2000 plus I. Let's see is this works or not. Yeah. So because this value was only one pop, so instead of this city, if I write and here if I write population, it will come like this. So you can observe like how we are changing the structure of data frame. Previously it was like this, but now somehow you want year to be indexed. So years are unique. That's why you able to bring indexes here. And for each of the city name, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, and Thane, you able to bring their values city wise. So year 2000 has Pune value. Year meaning suppose you have the data for many of the years for each of the city in this form. So you're able to convert that into different format actually. These are very helpful actually while doing plots and all. Suppose you only do want to plot for Delhi, so you can directly do the plotting here itself, calling Delhi out of this, and year wise year index is already there. So suppose you do this plotting as of now, it will not work. But if you select directly, I think D, it will yeah do it. And if you write dot plot, so I am just giving right what is the reason we need to do these type of yeah. So this is actually plotted, but somehow we are not able to see because I think show command is missing and matplots one import is also missing. Yeah. So you can import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and then actually yeah, because the value is also missing. I think one of the value is there, right? Yeah. Oh, value is also 0, so that is why. So for time being, suppose we create some value df equal of pop, but this, yeah, some 200, so 25. Let's. So right now this will have all 25, but year wise year, only one year has this 25 for Delhi. So you can directly plot and see, yeah, oh, the list data for these 3 years are missing. So these are some of the like use cases you might be needing to convert these into different formats. There are two more concept on this stack and melt is also there. Uh, we'll try to, yeah, do this also. Or reshape and all is also there. Ah, so let's, for a time being, let's create a new example. Df is equals to pd dot data frame. Yes, and so yeah, foreign books they actually generally use this foo bar and baz kind of thing. So we also go into that. So supposing we have some key, key is also, yeah, just keep telling me what is the syntax and how to use them, because we are creating data frame long time back. So might be right now remember, yeah, what is the correct syntax. Now you have to give semicolon, sorry, colon, and again the column name. So column name is E, it is going to have some values. For time being, we just have three values, three numbers, and B we will have 456, and C we will have 789. So yeah, we forgot to close this. You need to close the dictionary. Oh, it is closing twice. What else is the error? Yeah. Can anyone tell what is the error? Yeah, until you guys tell, I won't go forward. Yeah. What is the
Uh,
error?
brackets.
No.
Uh,
Jay Smita.
93.
Yeah, what is the error here?
After A, there is no comma to the right. I mean,
Yeah, commas are missing. Yeah, correct. So you should make sure, like, yeah, every column values actually should be comma separated. So this is correct. Now you will have a data frame like this. So what we are, there is another way to, I think, do the pivoting and all. Uh, Meaning you can, there is called melt command. It will actually convert this data frame based on the, there is one argument we have to give id was.
Rishi, you started recording, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So keys are there, key. So what it is saying is I want to convert this data frame based on keys value, and it is, you can remember now the A, B, C values are actually into column wise. So for A, base value is 3, it is coming like this. So you somehow actually melted this data frame into wide to long format. That is the syntax. It is tuple kind of behavior it is. So either you can give a list or tuple, but here the key was there. So it does is it took this key and this column name and created one values, and the values are taken from those column values actually for each of the key and variables value column values. So this is, we have a, meaning we melted, or you can say we converted that data frame into, Yeah, long to wide format. One easiest way. Let's try if you give a list, how it will behave. Yeah. So use case for this also is same. Sometimes you need to save the data frame into long format. Better to use like that. And suppose yeah, there is one more in ID. Where is there? We gave key and yeah, you can actually mention the values. Actually, values where is nothing but mentioning which of the columns you need in this data frame, value where, and you can just mention like, yeah, I need A only, so it will give you only A's values in that format. Oh, okay, yeah. And by default, if you don't give the key, I think it will take others ones as a key and take this as a value. Suppose you can keep key here also, and now it will uh, taking key as a variable values, meaning one column values, and it will melt data frame accordingly.
Rishi, actually, this is not understood. It's like the
It is
way
just pivoting only, but other way around. Yeah.
it can be do a accessing of an element here. Like how I am understanding is like first you can you go little up? Yeah, here 147 is having a value foo, so it's taking in a order like until 1 to 9, and for what is 1, what is the relevant value that is getting printed after the melt, right?
Yeah. So how it is working is it is taking foo as a key, meaning key as a key, and for each of them it is creating variable value that is ABC. So it will repeat these keys, but variable values it will also store as a tuple actually. So what happened? Foo and A is one tuple and its value is 1. Again it will try bar bar is and A is one tuple, its value is 2. So this way actually it is working. So foo and A its value is 1. Foo and bar its value is 2. Foo bars and A is 3. So for each of the variable, where variable is nothing but columns names. As we did not mention, it is taking all the column names as a variable. Same thing it will do for this way also. Here variables will be key and A, but remaining are dropped actually. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we did not mention the key. So what it does, it took its value and variable is nothing but column name. So A has three values, A1, 2, 3, and key has three values, foo, bar, and bars. Just converted the column name as a variable and its value as another column actually. Values as column, right? So you can say values was for foo, sorry, for a key was one value is foo, for keys, second value is bars, and third one is bar. Similarly, for A, it was 1, 2, and 3. That's all it printed here. Yeah. So it is like you wanted to have a wider format or saying, yeah, I need student names should be here only. So you can say, yeah, student A has got this subject marks, student B also got this, student A itself. Yeah, kind of this actually. But it's actually what will in long term what will happen based on the data, and you will realize I need in this format. You will do those type of yeah, go into Google and try to have some solution finding accordingly, and which solution works better you will directly choose. So this operation actually you can do using pivot also and pivot table. There was two more command we just talked, right? Pivot we talked. So if you remember pivot, this pivot was actually, yeah, this pivot was actually giving you a wide format. So you can do that one. Oh, sorry, I think some keys are now missing. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. We replaced df by some other data frame right now. Yeah, here. So that was long format, and this is now another like long, yeah, wide to long format. Yeah.
Can we access elements from here? It is like
Yeah, yeah, sure. You can access, right? You can write variable. So it will give you this. Its index is whatever value you can check. 5 is there, 4 is there. Yeah.
okay.
It is again series. You can check the type actually. Not series. Actually, this is data frame. Uh, so when you have more than one, it is always data frame. One and more than one column. But otherwise, it is series. So joins are done, merge are done, location wise. So yeah, there is one more command. Suppose we have a, okay, yeah, we have this df where key is foo bar and pass is there. Instead of this, actually, suppose you want another data saying that you got this key and its real value. This foo bar and this is not making sense, and you got like this dictionary saying that foo is nothing but actually someone's some better name. What should be a better name? Okay. So foo, yeah, let's say foo you want to replace with F, capital F, and you want to replace bar with capital B. Sorry, yeah, and you want to also do replace this bars to some other value that is capital B, I suppose. So this data you have in some other format or you converted this into dictionary. So what you can do is you can say data and take key, and you can call map function which will actually maps these values according to the this mentioned in the dictionary, that is key real. So uh, sorry, it is not in data, it is in,
Rishi, what is key real?
yeah, key real. We created another dictionary saying
Okay.
actually we want to replace foo with capital F, bar with B, bars with B.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can say we found, yeah, correct values of Ram should be full name. Yeah. So you can write like this and it will actually replace for you the values according to the mapped into this dictionary. Later on, actually, you can define this as a function and all, and you can do that analysis. These are some, and I think major challenge one we generally face is reading datas which are in date time format. So for that, uh, in this one we don't have any example as such, but uh, yeah, next time when we are there, yeah, we can talk about that. Actually, Pandas has some functionalities. You can directly use PD to do date time is there actually, and in on I think year was there, right? But somehow we replaced. Yeah, supposing we run this command, where it is. Yeah, yeah. Right now it is little messed. Okay, year will be not there, so it will not do. Okay, okay. Yeah. So yes, now we have one column saying having year values. So let's see how it does. So df is there, year with. So suppose you took year, and what you will do, PD to date time. It will actually does the formatting into date time. But as we forgot to mention this, it took into seconds. So we can actually mention the format like this, saying it is a format of only Y. I guess so it will work. Yeah. So you converted, you should mention, keep on checking this actually. So here it is saying date time format. And what is the advantage? This is actually very helpful. Suppose you replace this to df dot year. Again, it will help on plotting and all those things. Similarly, pandas have one more thing. I think date time index also. You can make them as an index. So df dot year is there. Yeah, I think this should be acting as a year only. It will work. Otherwise, df dot plot will not do anything. Yeah. See. Yeah, it is actually plotting, but it is not making sense because year is some other format, so it is not plotting those. So df is equals to this. So how you can say index? Actually, you can say df dot index is df of year, and it will make year as an index actually. Then I think this you might be remember, right? Data frame has index and column. Now you will check year as one column, but you can see another column names are this. Year is duplicated, that's why it is writing like this. But what we can do is, I generally, yeah, we can delete the df dot year now. So this will have df like this. Now if you do, I think plot will make plot for you actually. Ah, same error, plot dot. So you can see year wise, year will be coming as a access level on the x-axis. You're able to understand or appreciate this.
Rishi, why are we getting so many plottings? I mean, it's
Oh, actually, why the issue
like
is
it's more.
previous one plot show was not there. So what happened? Matplotlib has in the memory has like, yeah, I need to plot that. But when I did
Uh,
plot show, it is showing it. But if you do not do it first time, I think it will only plot for once.
uh,
So previous call is remembered to this Jupyter notebook, and it is doing that. Yeah.
Rishi, just remove that PLT dot show.
If you do remove that, it will actually say like matplotlib has one plot to plot.
Okay, 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 okay.
So this is, you can actually go into another cell, but you don't have to write the code to plot now. You just say plot dot show. It will show, yeah, matplot has this plot. Now if you again call this, it will not show anything. So it's like cached one session for matplot.
So for PLT show, there should be another no
Yeah, plot should be there. Yeah,
plot should be
correct.
there. Okay.
So suppose, yeah, for every time if you want to plot, I think it's better to call this function again and again. And so this is one plot. Here, if you are not mentioning anything, you can see it is 1, 2, 3 values are there. It's making 1, 2, and 3 and creating a scat line plot, right? If you mention here kind is equals to bar or something, it will plot for you like bar chart. So yeah, we are actually now moving to a visualization of data also. So these two J's general simple ones. Plots are coming into picture. Yeah, so uh, let me recall. I think with Pawan we talked about that. Let's talk about this. Sometimes what we have to do is data frame is in this format, but you can check info also. Uh, and it will tell you like type of data frame and all, not this one, I think. Yeah, info only. It is saying these tools all are like integer format. So sometimes when you want to do type conversion, we call it, or you can say from one format to another format, you can write as type and keep what type of value you want to convert them. Yeah. So suppose you want to convert this one into a string, you can directly call into a string. So this is way the syntax to convert one of the data frame into another format. So yeah, mm, one more. I Let's talk about this also. Suppose you have data saying, remember NumPy has random functions. You use that random function, you generated standard uniform distributions. I think we will talk this in stats. We should talk little quickly on this. Suppose you done this. Okay, qcot is there. I'm not sure what it does. So this creates a data of like thousandly standard normal distributed between, I think, 0 to 1. You will find the values. Sorry, not 0 to 1, minus yeah, actually when you plot this, kind should be hashed. Then actually you will see it's a normal numpy will have not. Okay, not that. Yeah. So this is one of the data which is like generated for us for time being. I do not have it. So what it is doing is, I think p q cut is there. Okay, this is, for example, I'm also letting play this. Okay, yeah. It what it is doing is actually it is getting all the data which is generated by using the standard normal function and converting this data into four different intervals actually. So it will check between this how many values are there, between these how many values, between these how many values, and last range. So four different range it is creating and keeping that value into you can say we call them as a quartile, right? Because it is we divided the entire data sets into four different datas, or you can say four different buckets. So actually it is converting this entire data into four different buckets and storing it. So you have this quartiles. Let's see how it is nothing, but I think it's a data frame probably. Yes, not data frame. Actually, it is a list or bucket kind of thing. Categorical data. Okay. So yeah, these are many other types of data also there. And now when you do ed dot value count, so it will count for you like how many values we are getting for each of the column. So we started with 1000 and it's divided entire data into 250 bucket for you. And what all the values are there, we need to check here. So this way actually we are getting the datas, or you can say you can bucket them into four different windows, or you can say ranges, and keep them into. So I think it is doing other way around. Quartiles is like we decided four buckets we needed. So based on that, 250 should be in one of the buckets. So it is giving you, yeah, this is one bucket, second bucket, third bucket, and fourth bucket. Yeah, and each will have 250 values.
Rishi, it's like
Yes.
in a real time example where we will be using this thing.
Yeah,
Or
correct. I think
before.
you might be using like in this example when I was writing this quote, you can tab over it and it will actually it was giving examples. So actually it is like you want to do some binning we say, right? Suppose you have 15 values, you want to label them into good, bad, and medium. So you can directly call this method and saying that 4 and 5 marks is there. So if you run this example, can explain better maybe. Yeah. So
Rishi, can we work on real-time data little bit?
yeah, we were actually working on the real data, but what happened, right? Real data will be too big. That day we saw, right, salary.
Yeah.
So we were working on the subsets. So that is why.
So no, if we work on bigger data, so we can get used to it actually.
Yeah. So
As we were going to work on that one, right?
real data is, yeah, we can figure out something
No,
on
not
that.
this class. Next
Yeah.
class. That's it.
So if you remember, range 5 will give you this values, right? 4 to 0 to 5. Sorry. Yeah. When you write list, I think then you will say. And what it is creating into three category because you asked for three categories, and this value should be associated with each of the category. So what it does is 3 and 4 is actually bucket into good class, 0 and 1 is bucket into bad class, or other way around actually bad is higher. So 3 and 4 is actually went into bad, and 0 and 1 into good, and 2 into medium actually.
Can we try to put this into a variable and check how will it will display before doing the Q cut?
Before doing Q cut. No, I couldn't get, yeah.
No. If we are running this command pd.qcut, it will directly do the function, right? I'm not able to get what is inside, what is good, bad, medium, what is the value inside. Like we could see a range, we could see a
Oh,
label there. So it will print good, medium, bad, and how the value will be displayed.
so I think based on this range, so minus this into, I think three intervals were created on float values, because I think if you have, supposing 6 is there, then is it making sense? No. 7. Okay. Yeah, 7 is better. So you can say 0 to 2 is one category, 2 to 4 is one other category, and 4 to 6 another category. And if you remember, it will be like 7 will 0 to 6. This is fine. This is understandable. So it is saying, and I need to label this as a one category. So it was actually nothing but good, bad, and this. So this category belongs to good category. This was labeled as bad category. This was labeled at, sorry, this was labeled at bad category. This was medium category. So if you have 7, actually it is going to do that. So first three numbers is in good category. Second two numbers are in the medium category, and last two was in bad category, because this is actually doing labeling. And but you know, right, 0 to 2 you wanted to into good category, 3 to 4 into another medium category, and 5 to 6 into another category. Here we decided, right, yeah, from 0 to 2. So if you remember in the set theory also, if curly braces are there, we are excluding this number. But if it is a square bracket, we can include 2 actually. So instead of this, it should be like bad should be lesser values and good should be higher values. But yeah, I think for explanation purpose, they meant like that. Yeah. Q cut is like three, okay, not three. You can say finding a category out of non-categorical data, actually. It is categorizing a data set into whatever category you want. So suppose you got a list of lot of salary values. Now you can categorize them into saying, yeah, high range salary, higher salary, high salary, higher salary, low salary, medium salary, and lowest salary kind of thing. So for, yeah, let's see this example. If the we have that salaries, right? Let's say we have or not salaries. We don't have, I think. Which data? We can quickly use case it maybe. Oh, we were reading into this. Okay. So suppose you create one other data set, PD read CSV and salaries. Okay. Now you have in this salary, if you remember, it has a base salary somewhere, base pay or total pay is there. Yeah, total pay. So these are the values you have. So now if you want to actually do the same thing. You want to convert them into saying high, low, or higher salaries. Let's do check how it is working. So you will say salaries, and in this salaries you will pass what is the thing we are looking. We are looking for total pay. Now actually you want to convert them into five uh, columns, five buckets. I think we should remove this zeros also. So yeah, any clue how we'll be removing zeros?
Any
NA is not there, right? NA is
degrees.
not NA. NA is NA, but zero is not NA, right? It has negative salary also. You should actually remove these. So yeah, for time being, I am not removing. Yeah, we can think later on that. But you find, yeah, I need to uh, categorize this value into five different, saying higher, one category. Second category is high. Third category is some medium, and saying low and lowest kind of, suppose, right? So now you will have these values saying these are some higher category salaries were there, other way around actually, I think. Yeah. So let's see. Uh, then actually you can count them. Just now value count was there, right? That will actually make sense. Counting like how many people are getting lower salary, how many people are getting higher salary, medium salaries.
This is like basically on some condition you're doing some
Not
changes in the.
condition. I think equal buckets are created, five equal buckets, but their number will be different, right? In maybe higher salary will be very less people, lowest salary will be higher people. So these types of information you can get. Now, if you write here the, I think, value count, values count or value counts. Yeah, I think it was there. I also put here. Value counts. So, oh, okay, it is actually converting to five equal. It should not be the case, yeah. It is doing into five equal buckets and yeah, dividing data set into this. But this is not any use, right? Need to check, yeah. And there is one this. Yeah, there is one cut is also there. Need to, yeah, revisit, I think. This will actually makes more sense here. Saying higher is very lesser, this range is very lesser, and this range is very highest.
It means like in a higher range of category salary, there is only 3% or
Correct, yeah. Or actually, we should go with the values and check in this range, very less value, that is three values are there. But in this range, it is like five values.
5.
But yeah, in the medium range, it is 600 some values, 700. This is like 31,000. I think this is because the garbage value is too very. Let's see how many zeros are there. You can directly check, like saying, so some values are salary data is not there for many of the employees, kind of say. If you put this and now salaries, so you can see, yeah, around so many people's data is missing, kind of 300. Oh, not too big. Yeah. Or we should actually check lesser than zero. Only one data is there. Okay. Then what is the range we are checking? This range, right? Okay. If this is the value, how many people are there? Yeah. I think then it is correct. Yeah. So lesser people have in the lower range. Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, around 11,000, not 11, 1 lakh, 16,400 values are in this range. I will also again check how they are defining this intervals. Quartile one was like, yeah, finding 250, what is their range. So better is finding range. So instead of using cut, directly use quartile range. And no point of using right now this label and value count. Yeah, so last one is better. Yeah. So this category is should, meaning it is saying to get the equal spaced equal number of values in this range, you will get actually in this range you will get equal number of values. Yeah. So 25 or 20% of the values are here, 20% of the values are here, 20% of the values in this range actually. I think previous one is making sense, cut. Yeah. So basically we use cut and qcut to convert numerical columns into categorical ones. And they were actually going to use generally, for time being you can say plot, but most
Rishi,
of the machine learning you want to do actually.
Rishi, why there is brackets? No, opening bracket is there, but closing bracket is not there.
It's everywhere there, right? Opening and
Yeah,
closing.
no,
So what I
brackets
was
are
saying,
different.
square bracket including this value, but
Okay,
this bracket is not including this value. This value is actually included in this category already.
okay.
So yeah, opening and closing bracket has significance, saying yeah we have this uh, value to be included or not. I think let's conclude your today's session. I will also check. I think pandas. We will, yeah, next classes we will go for plotting and visualization.